Tonight on News 5 Live, a desperate search for an Orange Walk resident ends in tragedy as the lifeless body of Joshua Koo is found in an area behind Rayburn Ridge. A 61-year-old grandmother is charged criminally amid a land dispute. BTB, the Belize City Council, and Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde inaugurate the Mahogany Street Marketplace. And in Sports Monday, the Belize Hurricanes prevail over the Orange Walk running Rebels. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 24% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. And don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make your purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 3rd and 10th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V Department Store. They carry a vast array of products at unbeatable prices. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at the V. Conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City.
newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, February 12th. I am Sabrina Daly. Joshua Koo enjoyed socializing with his friends in Orange Walk Town. The 19-year-old lived with his sibling and grandfather and worked at a bakery along with his mother. The mother and son would often talk and spend time with each other at work, and Saturday was no different. But when it was later discovered that Koo did not make it home after a night of partying at a popular nightclub, his family grew concerned about his safety. That concern quickly became fear that something bad had happened to Josh. This afternoon, that fear became a reality. News 5's Isani Kayatano was in Orange Walk Town earlier today and followed the story to its tragic end. Here's that report.
A mother's worst fear was realized earlier today with the discovery of a male body, later identified as that of 19-year-old Joshua Koo in a remote area of Rayburn Ridge. The shocking encounter by loved ones who set out in search of the Orange Walk resident this morning brought to an end a desperate attempt at finding Koo alive. The last time Nadia Koo saw her son was on Saturday evening while she was leaving work at La Popular Bakery.
I came out from work like 5:30. I was going up the hill, going home. When I saw him fly past with his friends, and he took out his head from the window and he shouted, "Ma," and I got like smile at him and waved. And from then I haven't seen him, heard from him. All I know is that he went to High Five with close friends, and he came out of High Five with other people that he's not acquainted with.
It is believed that Josh exited the establishment in the company of his ex-girlfriend's brother. According to his mother, that individual was never fond of him.
The guy that took Josh, honestly, he doesn't even like my son, so I don't know why he pressured Josh to go with him, or maybe just for the ride to bring him home. But everyone told me Josh left High Five about 3-4 in the morning, but Josh never made it home. So Sunday, which was yesterday, like before 9 in the night, my other son called me and he said, "Mom, Josh hasn't reached home as yet."
Immediately, a missing persons report was filed at the Orange Walk police station, and the family set out in search of Joshua. This morning, Jose Witzel, a close friend of the family, joined the search party along with his son.
This morning, my son called me and he told me the news. So he came down. No, presently I'm speaking, he's out there looking for him. It was a surprise to me. It's still a shock to me to know that we can't find his body. We can't find him. And that is each time, the minute the hour goes by, we get more, like a little more desperate, because time is consuming. Even the sun right now is hitting. I don't know where he is.
By 1 o'clock this afternoon, when the police department convened its weekly presser, Assistant Commissioner Gilberto Romero was able to provide additional details, albeit grim.
Information received is that Josh Koo was along with some male persons at a nightclub in Orange Walk, and he got into a car around 3:20 a.m. on the said Sunday, the 11th of February. Investigation was carried out, searches were conducted, and this afternoon his body was found at an area at Rayburn Ridge with stab wound injuries. The scene is being processed at this time.
According to Koo's family, he was lured into the company of several persons who later killed him and disposed of his body. While investigators say that they are yet to ascertain a motive, Josh's mom explained to us that his former brother-in-law did not like him after Josh separated with his sister.
His friends went to do a missing report last night. I went as well, and we stayed there like an hour. I went out to find him, came home like 3:30 in the morning, and Josh was nowhere to be found. The police called me like 4 o'clock, and he said that the guy Josh was with went to the station, gave himself, and he told them everything what he did to Josh.
Nadia, you mentioned earlier that the individual who reportedly left with Josh from High Five did not like him. Can you explain that? Is it someone that they both knew each other but they weren't friends or they didn't have a liking for each other?
Well, Josh dated his little sister like 2 years maybe ago, and I guess ever since then he did not like Josh, and I don't know because Josh said, "Mom, he doesn't like me." He said, "You see him? He doesn't like me." I don't know him physically. I haven't seen him. Never have seen him. But Josh and everyone knows that he doesn't like my son.
Reporting for News 5, I am Aman Kayano.
On Friday, we reported on the capture of 25-year-old Blake Lewis, who was wanted by police in connection with a double murder in Hattieville. While Commissioner of Police Chester Williams commented on the incident, earlier today Lewis appeared before the lower court where he was arraigned on 2 of 4 charges and remanded to prison. Here's more from Assistant Commissioner of Police Alberto Romero.
Reference the aggravated assault report that occurred on Thursday in Hattieville. We have since arrested and charged Blake Lewis for the crimes of attempt murder, discharging firearm in public, aggravated assault, and possession of unlicensed firearm and ammunition. Then on Saturday, the 10th day of February 2024, around 3:30 p.m., Julian Zen, 38 years, Chinese businessman of Shaibe Village, Corozal District, reported that he was inside his store when he was approached by 2 male persons who were armed with firearms. Thereafter, the male persons held him up and they stole an undisclosed amount of money and made good their escape. We have no suspects at this time.
The Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs was in Big Falls Village over the weekend to consult with residents on the draft Maya land tenure policy. A release from the ministry states that the consultation exercise was a success. The release noted that villagers gave valuable insights and perspectives. The community is viewed as one where most residents are against customary land rights. So there was not much resistance to be expected. But what does the minister responsible for lands think about the ongoing tensions in the Toledo district? He was asked if potential first-time landowners that reside outside of Maya communities stand to lose as a result of these new policies, and if he thinks these Maya villages have lost trust in the government.
You're right, we're in the business of politics and people will say things and you can't be thin-skinned in this. You have to be motivated by criticism, be challenged by criticism and try to do better all the time. I don't know that is the position of the minister. I think ultimately she's done she's done a lot of heavy lifting since we got in. Like she's met with these communities over and over a long period of time. Almost every weekend they are down there trying to engage with the communities, trying to reach some sort of understanding, some consensus as to the way forward. Like know that this issue has been with us for years and years and years. It's a vexing issue, it's a difficult issue, and everybody won't be happy. And so that's like she has a string and needle, and that's going to be hard. But the only way to get that done is by talking to each other, by engaging with each other, by sitting down with each other and trying to give and take, try to compromise, try to see eye to eye, because ultimately it's about beliefs. We're one nation, we're one people, and it's about making sure that we have agreement and that we move forward as one nation and one people. We're going to have bumps along the way. We're going to have challenges. We're going to disagree, but it's about sitting down and working through our disagreements. The Africans say you talk until you agree. Like I ultimately believe that, and we have been talking. Like the minister, I've been down there with her. I've seen her talk. I've seen her engage. So I know that she's putting her best foot forward. I know that her team has worked really hard, and we have tried to provide the support at the arms of the government, tried to provide support so that ultimately, in the shortest possible time, we can reach some agreement that everybody can live with and something that's workable. The whole consultation that's taking place, like this is a draft policy we're looking at, like this is in the infancy stages. We have some ways to go, like this is not going to be stable in the house next week or next month. Like a lot of discussion has to take place before we reach the point where the government is comfortable that, you know what, we have something that can work. We have something that the Mayans can agree to. We have something that other people can live with. And that ultimately we emerge from this as a better nation, as a more unified nation. As difficult as that, as elusive as that may seem right now, like I ultimately believe we can get that done. Like there is no problem in this country where there's not a solution in another part. But it's about sitting down and talking to each other. And as I said, the minister has really done a lot of heavy lifting on this. She's been really committed. And I really commend her. And it's about trying to help her as much as we can to ensure that at the end of the day, this thing is settled for the benefit of all Belizeans.
Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde was also asked about government's investments into the delineation process in the Toledo district. Several organizations have reportedly invested significant sums into the process. But does the government of Belize have a budget to contribute to the efforts? Here is what the Deputy Prime Minister had to say.
It's not easy. It's ultimately, there will be a cost for these things, but it's about agreeing to certain principles and agreeing to the nuts and bolts of it and the granular detail. I think once there's agreement as to how the villages will look, the size of the villages and one village versus another village, I think once we reach that agreement, then government has to find the resources. It's government's great responsibility, sacred responsibility to implement this court order that's coming from the highest court in all our land. And so government can't have any excuse in implementation. It's just about how that implementation looks and what is the ultimate final makeup of that agreement and that solution. And the government going to have to spend. There's going to be a cost, but we understand that, and we're about trying to get things done.
Coming up, a new loan opportunity at DFC for Fisherfolk. We'll have more details when we come back.
A vote for the People's Democratic Movement is a vote for the love of the common people. Bring back justice, equality, and freedom for all. Belize's democratic movement promises to stamp out corruption and wasteful spending of the taxpayers' money. People's Democratic Movement supports teachers, the police department, nurses, civil servants, and our Belizeans. So as of today, let's hold all leaders responsible for their actions.
The proceeding was a paid political announcement.
Design Depot, your all-in-one destination for transforming your living spaces. Explore the world of GE with our selection of cutting-edge appliances for functional, convenient, and modern living. Find solutions for every paint project, from home to industrial, with our extensive selection of Sherwin-Williams paints and coatings. Safeguard your home with the durability of our weather-resistant windows and doors. Elevate your kitchen and bath with the timeless elegance of Kohler sinks and faucets. Transform your space with our constantly refreshed tile inventory, always embracing the latest tile trends. Design Depot, your source for innovation, inspiration, and impeccable design. Design Depot, all in one place.
Westrac Limited is committed to working hard every day to ensure you get the right products at the most affordable price. We strive to have the greatest selection of quality, affordable, and timely products and services that will enhance your personal or corporate lives. With an extensive line of products, we'll be sure to have what you need. For even faster service, you can contact us on Facebook, WhatsApp, or by email. We look forward to seeing you come through our doors at your nearest Westrac branch today.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Promise Report. This is where we dive deep into the commitments made by our city and town councils. We use the Promise Tracker to keep an eye on our council's progress. We start off with the infrastructure promises in Belize City.
We will partner with private sector to fund a Southside multi-purpose park comparable to BTL Park. The people on Southside Belize City deserve beautiful parks too.
Our reporter was at the site of the new Southside Park, where progress is moving at its groundbreaking pace of 0%. At this rate, we're expecting completion by the year 2050. I think that's what you call a broken promise. They said they will replace manhole cover. Watch this, then on the side. That's so we have to stay on track. Boy, we have to stay on watch. They promised they will get rid of overgrown lots. But now snake they attack people in their house because of bushy lots. Watch this.
She see this big snake that on top of my son. The snake they live in the tree, and she tell me that she had to kill 3 big ones in her house.
You could want to stay on track and say we catch you now. It don't even make sense I continue with this list. The lone broken promises. And that's all for the Municipal News Update, where we deliver more of the news than our councils deliver on promises. Remember, facts don't lie.
Congratulations! You are a winner of Digi's Live for Free!
For 13 years under the Party of Talk, there was a drought, and our farmers suffered. There was no vision, no plan, no help for those who work to feed this nation, just incompetence and greed. The worst drought in the history of Belize, thanks to the UDP. And then everything changed. The borders were opened, and markets found for our cattle farmers. The Big Falls rice mill was reopened, providing jobs for our people, and 2,000 small farmers received grants and technical assistance through a program called Sembrando Vida. Today, our farmers know they are appreciated. They know that they are valued. Do you know why? Because of this PUP government, which works. Let's keep moving forward. In March, in every municipality, we stay on track with the PUP.
The Social Security Board, in collaboration with the Labor Department, takes this opportunity to remind insured persons of the requirements for compensation when on sick leave. Any employee who has worked with an employer for at least 2 months is entitled to 16 working days of sick leave with full pay every year. This is how it works. Upon approval of a sickness or injury benefit claim by SSB, 80% of the employee's weekly insurable earnings is paid as a Social Security benefit, and the difference in the employee's salary is paid by the employer. This is to ensure that the employee does not suffer any loss of wages when ill. After 16 days, compensation for sick leave is paid as a Social Security benefit only. Some conditions apply. This message is brought to you by the Social Security Board and the Labor Department. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
61-year-old Gertrude Hunter was taken to court this morning, where she was arraigned on 4 criminal offenses, including damage to property, 2 counts of aggravated assault upon 2 police officers, and 1 count of trespassing. The charges arose from an incident in January during which Hunter was involved in a land dispute. It is alleged that Hunter entered the property of Pauline McFadden on Cemetery Road. In court earlier today, the elderly woman appeared unrepresented, where she pleaded not guilty to all 4 charges. Hunter was offered bail in the sum of $1,000 plus 1 surety of the same amount. After meeting bail, Hunter tearfully recounted her experience at the hands of the Belize Police Department and described an ordeal that began in 2015 and only got worse following the passing of her common-law husband in 2020. Hunter maintains that she is the rightful owner of the property in question and that it was given to her in a will left by her deceased husband. Reporters caught up with Minister of Natural Resources, Cordell Hyde, earlier today in Belize City, where he was asked to weigh in on the matter involving Gertrude Hunter. Minister Hyde frowned on reports that police officers were involved in the eviction process, a practice he says should not be countenanced. He further noted that the PUP administration has been trying its best to meet the growing demand for lands across the country.
I don't know all the details, and so it's hard for me to comment. I would only say that ultimately the police are not to be in the business of evicting anybody from their homes. You can't be evicted from your home unless you get a court order. So the police, I suspect, is acting on some kisses be favored, some friendship kind of thing. That's not how it works. Ultimately, there's a process you have to go through to get someone evicted from a house. And as I said, I don't know all the details, but I will find out and try to see how best for us to remedy that, because that should not be happening, not in this day and age. There has to be a process of working things out. And we've tried as best we can to provide land for first-time landowners. Like, we've really gone hard at that. Lots of sleepless nights, lots of late nights with our staff from the Lands Department, working overtime to try to ensure that we provide lands for our people. We can't really keep up with the demand, because now more than ever before, people are realizing that you need to get a piece of the jewel, because once you have land, you won't be poor, right? And so it's our job to try to keep up with that demand. But off the top of my head, I would say that the police have a lot of other pressing matters to deal with, and I don't know that that is one of them.
Today, licensed artisanal fisherfolk were drawn into a pilot project with the Development Finance Corporation and key conservation NGOs. Before today, fisherfolk could only access loans if they possessed land title collateral. But through this project, financing is being made easier for these micro businesses that rely on marine resources to earn a living. News 5's Marian Ali was at a meeting involving the relevant parties and filed this report.
The room full of NGO representatives, licensed fisherfolk, and the CEO of the Development Finance Corporation discussed a new initiative designed especially for fisherfolks. It falls under an upcoming Resilient Bold Belize project. This new loan program will support licensed small-scale fishers who wish to switch to more sustainable equipment, new boats, and other capital needs assistance, diversifying into non-traditional fisheries.
What we did was to look at different levels, different collateral requirements. And at some levels, it doesn't require collateral, it requires a promissory note. At other levels, you take a bill of sale, it's over the engine, and then you could get a guarantor. And then for the much bigger loans, then you must provide collateral. So that's to make it more inclusive. The interest rates are between 8.5% to 12%. The lower end are for women. We're trying to get more women into the fishing industry.
One of the organizers of the initiative is the World Wildlife Fund, represented today by Juliet Neal. She said that part of the loan program would be based on character. Hence, fishers who break the law will be monitored.
Demonstrating good character is a person who does not break the law, who does not have a history of doing so. And so, as you will hear from a lot of the fishers in the area, they want fishers to be fishing in grounds that are following the law. So I believe that even fishers would be pointing to, encouraging the fisheries department to ensure that those who are getting licenses are compliant with the law.
Norman Castillo is the president of the Hopkins Fishermen Association and the president of the Glover's Reef Marine Reserve. His association also includes women. Castillo expressed frustration over the fact that prior to now, fisherfolk have been left on their own to fend for their livelihood.
There are nothing given to the fisherfolks in this country with the excess of meeting, consultation, but nothing back to the fisherfolks. There are several people within this country that get grants, but fishermen does not get anything. The protection is our livelihood. We have to protect that for us to survive. We have to protect our area, right? The loan itself now is a great initiative, and I hope it go through in terms of saying, as I have said, for minimal percentage of rate. But fishermen are eager and honestly wanted to get that loan going forward, and we need that loan because this will be the first time again in history of fishing that we get something if we do get it. Cooperatives are no help to fisher folks in this country. Cooperatives only buy and sell.
DFC's Chief Executive Officer, Henry Anderson, explained that this project is a part of a much bigger initiative, which involves the development of a Project Finance for Permanence, or PFP, a financing mechanism aimed at attracting resources to take care of protected areas.
The PFPs that you find, you have, I think Costa Rica has, you have for Brazil, like in the Amazon, there is none in the blue space. So what Belize is doing right now, this is a first in the world. All right, that PFP will come alive perhaps at the end of this year, early next year. But the testing of this pilot is to give the loan, give training, work with the conservation of the area to ensure that the fishers are adhering and providing data in terms of the sustainable fisheries management of that area. And they're getting training in how to manage a loan, how to make their business more profitable, how to understand their numbers and everything like that. So it's a holistic approach aimed at improving, firstly, the livelihood of the fisher folk, because it's about people, and then obviously to get them to protect the area where they live from. No?
The loans will extend for periods of 12 months to 7 years, with interest rates of up to 12%, with lower rates for women fishers. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
On January 31st, the Development Finance Corporation applied to the Green Climate Fund for Green Climate Accreditation. The move positions the DFC to access up to $50 million in green climate funds, which will empower it to spearhead transformative initiatives along the path of sustainable development and environmental protection. Today, following the launch of the Fisherfolk Loans Project, DFC's Chief Executive Officer, Henry Anderson, told News 5 that this move is all part of DFC's transition to fill the role that it was designed to carry out.
We had to onboard an environmental and social management system. We do have a stakeholder engagement and communication policy, and we have a grievance mechanism. When the discussion around this partnership started, because of our new policies, when we introduce a new product, we have to do stakeholder engagement. So with this product, there were a lot of meetings held with the fishers out at Glover's Reef, in Hopkins, in Dangriva. And what that led to, several iterations of it, was listening to what they need and then making a product that meets their needs. And that's why it's like 4 different products we're offering to meet their needs. So it allowed us to innovate and improve the product we had. And so now we're testing it. And again, the testing is not only on the product, but it's also the holistic improving their lives while at the same time improving the management of the area.
After the break, Mahogany Street Marketplace brightens up St. Martin's. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
In its Plan Belize agenda, the PUP committed to provide opportunities for deserving Belizeans to own a home. Within a year, the PUP through the MIDH delivered its first starter homes. To date, hundreds of homes have been handed out all across the country. One housing community is complete, and others are being constructed, including a community for public officers in Belmopan. The government has also financed the National Bank of Belize and the DFC, so Belizeans can access mortgages and build their homes. We are committed to our people, and we continue the work of building Belize. In March, let us continue to move forward. Stay on track with the PUP.
It means a lot to me. I think often people forget the elderly. I can remember when this elderly lady walked through the customer care department. We have a section in the lobby where it labeled Golden Citizen, and Golden Citizen get priority. I called her over and asked her to come. When she came over, like a little sadness come over me, because the look what you have in her face and her eyes, and you know she had a lot of struggle during her years. Put back in the connection in the system for her, and I guess that from then, that when she was the first person that was on the Golden Citizen. And if I can remember, back then we paid the bill for them in full, and it's only a small handful. We had a Golden Citizen ceremony, and they present to them the Golden Citizen like a little certificate, and she was here. I feel good that elderly citizens across the board are being assisted with by this Golden Citizen program. So yes, I feel so good that they're being assisted.
I was born in Orange Walk, raised on the same streets where our children play. I was blessed with the opportunity to study agriculture. My life's work has been about nurturing our land and our people. I've always kept our community at the heart of everything I do. But I see the challenges we face: the struggling drainage system, rising cost of living, and the need for better infrastructure and sanitation. That's why I'm stepping forward to be your mayor. I am Enrique Carballo, better known as Wico, and I'm here to work for you, for our town, for our future. Vote UDP 7. Remember, your choice is your voice.
My name is Denise Mala. I had an aunt, one of my mom's sister, that we believe died from cancer. She was relatively young. And my sister passed from cervical cancer. I have been doing annual checkups. Recently, after one of the annual checkups, I noticed, a change in one of my breasts. I went for the next checkup earlier, and I brought it to the attention of my treating doctor. He looked at it and he said he didn't like what he was seeing. A biopsy was requested, and then the biopsy came back positive. When you first find out these things, you think about a lot of things, and then eventually it comes around to the finance. I recalled this insurance, critical illness insurance that I had that I was paying. And that was probably the first time I read that contract. I read it in its entirety. And then I recognized that, this is going to assist me. I called the office, spoke with my agent. He was very helpful, guided me through what I needed to do. So I went through the process, and I communicated with him a couple of times, and he just informed me what was happening. In a pretty short period of time, I was paid my insurance. This plan that I had been paying for many years. In my time of need, that came through for me. Having that insurance helped me significantly. It is absolutely something that everyone should consider, because you never know when you're going to need it.
St. Martin's de Porres area just got a little bit brighter with the official launch of the Mahogany Street Marketplace. Over the last few months, over 20 booths on Mahogany Street have undergone a transformation meant to boost attractiveness and security. The project was launched by the Belize Tourism Board in 2022 and plans to extend its efforts into 2024. News 5's Brittany Gordon attended the ceremony today to learn all about it.
Mahogany Street is regarded as a place that's buzzing with activity, akin to that of downtown Belize. In an effort to boost tourism activity and economic flow in the area, a rejuvenation project was carried out by the Belize Tourism Board, in which over 25 small business owners were provided a new booth in order to carry out their business. Today, that project was completed.
Mahogany Street today is just one added feature to the many upgrades that we have seen throughout this community. Not too far back, there wasn't this much interest in commerce on this side of town. Everybody wanted to be in the mainstream areas of the city, BTL Park, Coney Drive, downtown. Now, we are here witnessing the transformation of Southside Belize City, one project at a time. I know both ministers can attest to how many people have called wanting to know how they can get a booth out here, because I personally have received many. At the heart of the Mahogany Street Marketplace project lies a fundamental commitment to supporting our local vendors and driving economic empowerment within our city. It is no secret, and we don't like to talk about it enough, that many areas and sectors of business have been taken over by foreign groups. But I want to proudly announce, without apology, that every single business out here today is 100% Belizean owned.
Minister of Tourism and Diaspora Relations Anthony Mahler stated that the plan is to keep moving forward with the project and renovate up to 35 booths, and that this is just one part of the ministry's plan to reignite areas of Belize with potential to thrive.
Every booth on the Mahogany Street stretch will be upgraded, and we have supported the people who operate in those booths with some cash, whereby if they need to upgrade their stoves, their fridge, or whatever equipment they need to do, we don't give them the cash, but we buy what they need. And so this is a total upliftment. All we did here was to change the look and feel of it. We want it to be a safe area. We want more people to come and visit. This is the heartbeat of Southside, I believe, especially for the Deputy Prime Minister and myself. Mahogany Street is the main corridor where all the action happens, right? But this is just another level of commitment on the south side. You've seen it with Berger Field, Constitution Park. We're doing the Ring Road Park in Lake I that we're partnering with the DPM with. We've greened the entire area here so that it can have a good feeling. We believe if we have the infrastructure to support where people live and work, then they will have a different mindset. We advocate for them to take care of the investments. It's theirs. They can invest more in their businesses. If they need help in training, we are willing to do those things. So this is just a commitment to a total upliftment of the south side.
The project started back in 2022 and has grown to new heights. Vendor Ainsley Castro of Naked Chicken was one of the first to be included in this endeavor.
Now, a nice project. First of all, they don't mention this to us, so now that we look forward to it, and the promise is looking like it's going to be fulfilled, because, that's a thing where everybody expect, and also what we like about it, free of cost, right? So, we benefit a lot for it, so I don't think nobody should complain, and everybody look forward to it. I'm excited about it. I can't wait.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
When we return, some Albert Street businesses want parking meters gone.
A major focus of the PUP's Plan Belize agenda was citizen safety and national security. This government ensured that our police and BDF could add to their numbers. New recruits were properly vetted and trained and are now working to serve and protect. With a focus on community policing and law enforcement, in 2023, the murder rate was the lowest it has been in over a decade. This government has provided proper working conditions for our security forces, renovated and built new buildings for our police, and renovated our BDF camps, which had been neglected for years. We're now building a new state-of-the-art base at Sarstoon, so our soldiers can safely and comfortably defend our sovereignty. We're committed to our people and committed to Belize. In March, let us continue to move forward. Stay on track with the PUP.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Fowers and I work at UMall. 100% I will recommend Belize Bank mobile banking to everyone because it saves time, money and gas price because gas price is high right now. Belize Bank mobile banking just make life easier.
As the world's weather and climate are changing, so too must the energy sector's approach to ensuring a more resilient power system. With funds provided by the Global Environment Facility's Special Climate Change Fund and the World Bank acting as the executing agency, BEL, with support from the Government of Belize and the National Meteorological Services, is able to lead the implementation of special projects under the country's Energy Resilience for Climate Adaptation Project, ERCAP.
The ERCAP includes a number of sub-projects, such as upgrading of BL's existing stations, construction of new stations, installation of weather stations across Belize, installation of lightning detection system, a number of consultancy service, and a number of other projects that will help to enhance Belize's energy sector against the effects of climate change. And we understand that these project activities may affect different communities or different stakeholders in different ways. And thus, we have established a grievance redress mechanism. The grievance redress mechanism is really a way for concerned communities, stakeholders, or persons to be able to lodge their concerns.
To report a concern, call our toll-free number at 0800 BEL CARE or 0800-235-2273, or visit our website at www.bel.com.bz and complete the online grievance redress mechanism form. Or you can also choose to download, print, and complete at your own convenience. Printed forms can be delivered to the nearest BEL office.
All grievances received are highly confidential and managed solely by BL.
The Government of Belize, World Bank, and Belize Electricity Limited, partnering to reinforce the national power grid against the effects of weather and climate change.
In its Plan Belize agenda, the PUP committed to enhance access to education and health in Belize. Through the Social Investment Fund, this government has already constructed the Maria Crawford Health Center in Crooked Tree, the Keecocker Health Center, the Belmopan Polyclinic, the Crooked Tree Preschool, the Santa Martha Preschool, and the Calcutta Pre and Primary School. We have upgraded the Crooked Tree Primary School and have built new school buildings for the Louisiana Government School and Orange Walk Technical High School. That is real progress and real commitment. We are working to build Belize. In March, let us continue to move forward. Stay on track with the PUP.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
The news last week that Hofia's store in downtown Belize City is going to close down later this year took many Belize City residents by surprise. While Hofia's did not grant an interview to explain the reasons for their decision to call it quits, some of the businesses in the area have expressed a genuine concern that the parking meters that were installed about 2 years ago have hindered business growth. Like Hofia's, the businesses have opted to remain anonymous, but have shared their concerns nonetheless. News 5's Marian Ali reports.
The historic Albert Street, with all its businesses lined off on both sides from its junction at Orange Street all the way down several blocks, has been an iconic part of Belize City dating back to the 1800s. But a system that was introduced in the area over the past few years to control traffic has now become a concern among some of the businesses in that downtown area. Since the installation of the parking meters along that stretch, store owners have complained that they have seen their businesses shrink and their customers kept away. One of the managers at a department store in the downtown area told News 5 today off camera that they have raised the concern to City Hall before. The store manager said that shoppers nowadays will not pay for parking just to purchase 1 or 2 items. Also, they will not drive around the circular looking for a free parking space to make their purchase. The manager also pointed out that the majority of the big shoppers are people who drive and use the convenience of the free parking that existed before to fill their vehicles with grocery or other items. One supervisor who did give us an on-camera interview works at the Barries. Mario Lopez said that the parking meters bring for them some good and some bad. The majority of their customers, however, have not stopped going there to shop.
In a way, it has a positive side and negative side. But as I'm saying, I think it's a very good idea because it also keeps rotation in the main artery, I would say, in Belize City, whereby first you used to park here for a whole hour, 2 hours, or a whole day. But now you come here, you pay a half an hour ticket, you pay a 1 hour ticket, and so you could enjoy the amenities. But apart from that, I think it's a very, very, very excellent idea, and I hope they could fix the little issues here and there now.
So it hasn't reflected much on business or affected negatively, I mean?
Not on our side, at least. You here and there, you hear a little complaint here and there, but people will still find a way to park, so especially they're using the front here a lot.
Today, we tried to get a comment from Mayor Bernard Wagner on the concerns that the business owners have raised over the impact that parking meters have had on their businesses, but he declined comment. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
The Fort George constituency in Belize City has a new Digital Connect Center. Established through a partnership with the Republic of China Taiwan and the government of Belize, the center will provide a space for students and residents to access digital devices and high-speed internet. The official opening of the center was held over the weekend. We heard from Bernard Wagner, the Belize City Mayor, Lily Li Wenshu, the ambassador of the Republic of China Taiwan, and Henry Charles Usher, the area representative for Fort George.
The establishment of the Digital Connect Center really represents a significant step forward in our mission to bridge the digital divide and ensure that all members of our community have equal access to the opportunities afforded by the digital age, right? With free access to computers, the internet, and various digital technologies. This center will serve as a catalyst for empowerment and education. In today's rapidly evolving world, obviously, digital literacy is no longer a luxury, it is a necessity. And by providing resources and training to our residents, especially those in underserved areas, we empower them to thrive in the digital economy and contribute to the growth and prosperity of our beloved Belize city and country. As we gather here today, it is fitting to reflect on the journey that has brought us to this moment, right? The Fort George Community Resource Center, established 20 years ago.
It is truly a great pleasure to join everyone here to celebrate the launch of a Digital Connect Center in Fort George. As fellow residents of Fort George, we at the Embassy feel especially excited that our community and our neighbors now can have free access to this facility that offers computers, internet connection, and have the opportunity to be empowered with digital knowledge and skill. This center is part of the Digital Inclusion Program, jointly implemented by the governments of Taiwan and Belize, that aims to promote digital inclusion and bridge the digital divide. With this joint endeavor, we were able to inaugurate 5 Digital Connect centers in different communities across the country last year. And this year, we are planning to add 4 more.
This is the hub of information in our community, because Fort George is not only a constituency, it is a community. And we are not only residents in this area, we are family. So I'm always happy that we could be here to celebrate something new in Fort George and something new at this resource center. This building, this center, is a vision of the former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Said Musa, and it is his legacy that we continue today.
Up next, Benny's Belize Hurricanes defeat Orange Walk Running Rebels in BEBL match.
That's right. We're moving forward and staying on track with the People's United Party. We know the park crab timing for walk back way. Calling all delegates of our great PUP to join us for a massive National Party Council meeting on Saturday, February 17th at the Memorial Park at 1 p.m. Come out and meet your dynamic candidates from every municipality in our jewel: San Pedro, Corozal, Orange Walk, Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio and Santa Elena, Benquevejo, Dangriga, and Punta Gorda. Music from the baddest artists and DJs will be vibing up the place from 10 a.m. At 1 p.m., listen to inspiring addresses from your national leaders as we gear up for a huge victory for your PUP in municipal elections. Remember, it's the Memorial Park on Saturday, February 17th at 1. Forward always, backward never. Come out early and let them know that we the stay on track with for we PUP.
Street one need fi fix. We pave that bridge one need fi build. We build that canal one need fi fix. We fix that. PUP girl the country pan top.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart to smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Stay on track. After 3 years of punishment, no PUP while we stay on the track. Make the runaway PUP train for hell to continue run we over with the worst quality of life and the highest cost of living ever. So man, check the increase under PUP. Diesel price increase 61%, regular increase 52%, premium 110%, chop ham 100%, baking powder 145%, cornflakes price increase 87%, canned beef 101%, vegetable oil 122%, and potato price increase 74%. The PUP last track and half track. Come election time, none of them we no want back. Vote them out, March 6th.
PUP got to go. The barbarians are at the gate. They're hungry. The barbarians are hungry.
Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. A Category 5 hurricane blew through the Belize City Civic Center on Friday night. The highly anticipated match between the Venice Belize Hurricanes and the Orange Walk Running Rebels saw fans from both teams for this thriller. BEBL's rookie, the African giant Sidibe Bourama, dropped 15 points for the Hurricanes with a 75% shooting average for the night and 6 rebounds. Hurricanes Jamal Harris followed closely behind with 14 points at the end of the game. He is a clutch 3-point shooter and a big under the rim, finishing with 10 rebounds. Captain Victor Vito Evans led his team in scoring, ending the game with 16 points. He is a playmaker and an executor with a high IQ on and off the ball. Running Rebels Matthew Young put on a valiant effort for his team, completely dominating under the rim, racking up 12 rebounds with an efficient 55% shooting average from the field for the night, ending the game with 21 points. 2023 season MVP contender James Stanback is off to a slow start in the season, banking only 4 of his 19 attempts from the field. Notwithstanding his sluggishness from the field, Stanback was 100% from the free throw line. But ultimately, the Venice Belize Hurricanes secured its second straight win with 89 points to the Rebels' 71 points. The name of the game here was defense, and overall the Hurricanes was more structured on the defensive end and took advantage of the Rebels' poor defensive display. We spoke with a few players from the winning team after the game.
When I'm out there, my focus is to play harder, to bring the toughness for my team, protect the rims, and make sure I run the floor, whatever jump shot I got around there, and make sure I make that and bring the team together. That's my focus most of the time.
I've been blessed in the last 8 years to be mentored by some really good guys, and Meta World Peace and Corey Maggette. They taught me a lot about the game as far as just I should never go down the court predetermining what I'm going to do. I should always see the floor, know where everybody's at, and then go off my instincts from there.
For the season, do you feel like you guys are getting comfortable and hitting that sweet spot?
Yeah, we feel like that, but we don't want to feel like that because if we relax, team are going to beat we. We don't want that. We want to just continue to push it.
And now let's move into some football action. The Central Secondary School Sports Association hosted its football finals inside the Marvin Jones Sporting Complex on Saturday. Here's more from those games. The match for third place between Sadie Vernon High School and the St. John's College male teams ended in a penalty shootout after 30 minutes of overtime. Up by 1 after scoring their first kick and blocking SJC's first shot, Sadie Vernon's goalkeeper executed another massive block. Number 14 for St. Vernon came behind with a kick that completely missed the goal. Ultimately, 2 massive stops from SJC's goalkeeper would secure the bronze medal for his team. In the female finals, Wesley College took on Gwen Lizarraga High School. Gwen Liz came into the last of this best-of-2 matchup with 2 goals, leaving their opponents with no other options than to score more than 3 goals and stop Gwen Liz from scoring. 5 minutes into the match, Wesley's Zyra Gentle launched this superb free kick from beyond the penalty box that flew right past Gwen Lizarraga's goalkeeper. Gentle lit a fire in her teammates that would ultimately burn out under the sweltering heat of the day and 90 minutes of playtime. Gwen Lizarraga High School finished the game on top and secured their spot in the upcoming national championship. In the male finals, the very same schools went up against each other, and as fate would have it, Wesley College's male team was also down 2 goals coming into the second and final game. 27 minutes into the game, Wesley's Jacob Joseph was awarded a penalty kick after a nasty foul from number 17 for Gwen Lizarraga. Joseph scored the penalty shot. Early in the second half, the referee blew a whistle against Wesley for a hard tackle, giving Calvin Thornton an opportunity to extend the lead, and Thornton did just that. With only 8 minutes left in the game, a handball was called against Wesley inside the penalty box. Kristen Linares secured the gold medal for Gwen Lizarraga with that penalty kick. Gwen Lizarraga High School male team is also moving on to the Nationals. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.